Hey out there. I am doing a video on an experience that I had earlier today. I was out and I got pulled over by the police. I thought it was important to do this video because of everything that's going on right now with the Black Lives Matter movement. Black Lives Matter movement. Um, I have a son who is an officer. I have a daughter who works in the hospital helping to save COVID patients' lives, but she's a year away from graduating nursing school. But they're both on the front lines, helping to save lives. And when I got pulled over earlier, I thought this would be the perfect way to speak out. Um, I just wanted to say there are good cops, there are bad cops, good officers, bad officers, good people, bad people. You know, I hear a lot of protesters saying F12, fuck the police. Okay, but there are a lot of good officers out there. Now, let me tell you my story, tell you what happened to me earlier. So, I took a trip to Walmart. As I was driving back, I was coming up Newburgh Road towards town. For those of you not familiar with Louisville, Kentucky, and Newburgh Road, if you're driving up Newburgh Road coming downtown, there is an exit ramp from the freeway on the left, and a couple lights further, there's an on ramp to the highway. So I was coming up on the light to the exit ramp, and the car in front of me blew through the light. And honestly, I wasn't looking at the light, I was looking at the car. I blew through the light with him. So we both ran the red light. Um, a car came probably about this close to hitting me. She was coming off of the exit ramp, and she had the right of way. The light was green on her side, of course. I ran the red light. So she started blowing. I looked over at her and I immediately knew. Behind her was a police officer. And I saw the police car and I said, I'm about to get pulled over. So I kept looking in the rearview mirror, and then I saw his lights go out. So he pulled off of the exit ramp, rounded the corner, and I just went ahead and pulled over. He gets out of his cruiser, walks up to my window, and as soon as he walks up, I didn't give him a chance to say anything. I said, I know I was wrong. I apologize. I should have stopped. I apologize. I should have been paying more attention. I should have stopped. He said, yes, ma'am, you should have been more careful. I need you to be careful out here. I said, okay. He said, can I have your driver's license and your registration? I gave him what he needed. But this is the funny part about it all. So I keep my driver's license and my military ID together inside this little pouch I have on my key ring. So I had put the car in park, taken the keys out of the ignition, and I had to unzip the little pouch and take my ID out. And when I pulled it out, along came my military ID as well. I handed him the driver's license, and I put my military ID back in, zipped up my pouch, and he says to me, I'm sorry, but I have to ask you this. Do you have any weapons in the car? Any bombs, explosives, grenades, anything? And I'm sure he could tell by my eyes that I was smiling because I had on my mask so he couldn't see my mouth. But I looked at him and I said, so you saw the military ID? He said, yes, ma'am. You don't have anything in the car, do you? I said, mm, I don't even have my gun on me. No, I have nothing with me. Well, I do have a knife in the car that I keep in the car for protection because, we're living in a city where they're jacking cars by the hour. So I said, no, I don't have any weapons in the car. And I chuckled, and I didn't get offended at all. My mom got offended later. I'll tell you about that later. So he goes back and he says, okay, you gave me the wrong registration. So he said, I'm going to go back to my car. Just stick your arm out the window when you had it. So I looked through the glove box, found the correct registration, stuck my arm out. His partner comes up and grabs it, and he was like, you do know why we stopped you. I said, yeah, I was wrong. I should have stopped. I ran the red light. I'm sorry. So a couple of minutes later, this traffic stop took all of 10 minutes. So a couple of minutes later, he said, do you have a copy of your insurance card? I said, no, I don't have it, but let me call my mom. I'm sure she has it. My mother, she overreacts to everything. So I called her house phone. As it's ringing, he goes back to his car. She didn't answer her house phone, so I dialed her cell phone. As he's coming back, she's answering the phone. She's like, hey, what's going on? I said, Mom, I got pulled over by the police, and before I could get out, I need you to take a picture of and text me a copy of insurance cards. She started screaming, why? What for? What's going on? The officer looked at me. He said, I'm not even going to give you a ticket. And my mother still screaming. She's on speaker. She's screaming, what for? What's going on? Why is this? Why did he pull you over? And he's talking to me. Ma'am, I'm just going to give you your driver's license and your registration back, get in my car, and let you get on in the traffic and go about your way. Just please be careful. And all this time, my mom's on speaker. And yeah, I didn't think, let me take her off a speaker. She's yelling, what's wrong? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I said, thank you. I was wrong. I apologize. He said, you have a nice day. That was it. Now, 10 minutes for him to be nice enough to tell me, I'm not going to give you a ticket. I saw you run the red light. You almost caused a car wreck that could have killed you and the people in the other car. But I'm letting you go with a warning. I just want you to be careful. 10 minutes for that. Now, if I had gone the other route and said, well, why didn't you pull the other car over? He ran the red light first. It would have been a totally different scenario. My point in saying all of this is, as Black people, we have to be mindful of the things we say and how we approach officers. Especially when we know we're wrong. And even if we don't think we're wrong, let's be cordial. Who knows how many situations could have turned out better if we had been cordial when approached by an officer. The experience was not a bad one for me at all. The officers, both white officers now, both young white officers, were so nice. Again, when I tell you, I almost caused a car wreck, and they were nice enough to see that I was sincerely sorry. I knew that I was wrong. I admitted that I was wrong before they could open their mouths. They saw my remorse and decided to let me off with a warning. Simple as pie. Be cordial. You catch more bees with honey than you do with pepper spray. Now, I will tell you, I did not get offended by him asking me if I had any grenades or bombs in the car, because it's the world we live in. You see military ID and sometimes you think, there could be something going on. Maybe there are some grenades under the seat or in the trunk. It's the world we live in. I understand that, and again, I was not offended at all. Now, I will say my mom was offended. My mother said, she chuckled a little bit, but then she said, he asked you if you had a bomb or grenades in the car. I said, yes, ma'am. I said, but it's the world we live in. I'm not offended at all. Hey, it is what it is. But the message here again, and I'm going to repeat this. The message is be cordial when officers pull you over, even when you don't think that you are wrong, especially young black men, even older black men, period. Be cordial when the police pull you over. You know, even if you think they have no right to pull you over, ask questions. Hey, officer, how are you? Could you please tell me why you pulled me over? And then go from there. Don't automatically be angry because they are human just like we are. You know, if I'm in a department store and the cashier is an asshole to me, as nice of a person as I am, I do have another side. And if she's nasty to me, or if he's nasty to me, automatically, here I am. I'm coming back at him, you know? So that's how they are. If you're approaching them in a calm, cordial demeanor, then that's how they're going to approach you. And again, I know there are different circumstances. There are some bad cops out there. There are bad officers out there. There are bad people out there, period. Um, but again, be cordial, have a good interaction. And I'm just happy that I did not have a car wreck, did not kill myself, harm myself, or kill anyone else, because I was wrong. You know, I ran a red light, and whether or not the guy in front of me got away with running the red light because he drove faster and he was the first car to run it and got on the highway before I could, you know, so what? I deserve to be pulled over. So that is my message for today. I just thought I'd share that experience with you guys. Leave questions and comments below. Let me know what you think of the video. Let me know what you think of the lighting. I did this video in my back bedroom, one of my back rooms. So let me know what you think of the lighting. Let me know what you think of the experience I had, experiences you've had being pulled over. Just leave questions and comments below. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. And please subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel, people. Peace and blessings. Please, peace and blessings.